Now, having a CTO title doesn't mean you have a technical leadership. I have met founders who were so proud that they hired a CTO, and 6 months later, they couldn't understand a single decision that person was making. So, a title is not leadership, and the gap between the two, well, that's where startups quietly lose years. So, let me show you the actual difference. A lot of the people with CTO title, they're actually doing one of the three things. They are managing the team, or they're writing the code, or they are sitting in the meetings. Now, all is useful, but understand this, none of it is leadership. Real technical leadership does something different. It challenges the assumption, it defines constraint, it says no to complexity, and it thinks 2 years ahead, not 2 sprints ahead. So if nobody in your company is making hard architecture calls, the ones that hurt today but save you millions later, then you don't have technical leadership. You have coordinations, and coordination doesn't prevent chaos. It just schedules it the right way. So here's the story that stuck with me. A founder once told me very confidently, I trust my tech team. Now, good instinct, trust matters. But in his architecture meeting, he didn't actually understand decisions being made. He approved timelines he couldn't evaluate, then he approved budget he couldn't question, and he approved changes he couldn't explain. You see, he wasn't leading the technology, he was rubber stamping it. And here's what happened, because no one was challenging the technical choices, shortcuts piled up, technical debt compounded quietly, and 6 months later, they had to rebuild the core part of the product. Not because developers were weak, but because nobody had translated the business vision into technical structure that could actually hold. So, trust is good, but trust without understanding, isn't delegation. It is dependency. So here is how to tell if you have a leadership or just a title. Ask 3 simple questions. 1. Can the person explain a technical trade-off in the language you understand? Because if every answer is jargon, well, that's a flag. 2. Do they ever say no to features, to complexities, to your own ideas? Because leaders reduce, coordinators just absorb. 3. Can they tell you what the architecture looks like 2 years from now? Because if the answer is only about sprints, you have a senior developer, not a CTO. And here is the honest part, a lot of early come, they aren't ready for a full-time CTO, and they don't need one yet. What they need is someone senior, part-time, who makes the hard calls and translates them so the founder stays in control. And that's the entire idea behind Fractional CTO. You get the judgment without $200,000 of salary. So look, you don't need to write code yourself, but you must understand the direction your technology is going. Because the moment you don't, you quietly handed away the control of your own company. So if you're a founder who feels the gap, where you trust your team but can't actually challenge them, that's exactly what I help with. Link below for the free strategy call. No pitch, just 30 minutes of your real technical risk. Because leadership reduces complexity. Everything else is just coordination.